Welcome to Beyond the Press Release, a production of Gorcom, in which we take the time to interview small cap executives about recent important news at their companies. With us today, I'm happy to have Darren Blaney. He's CEO and Director of American Creek Resources. The company trades on the stock symbol AMK on the TSX Venture Exchange. For those of you who are new to the American Creek story, American Creek has an impressive portfolio of high potential gold and silver projects in British Columbia, including properties in BC's prolific Golden Triangle, one of the richest areas of mineralization in the world. Now, more than just lip service, Seabridge Gold, their KSM project, as well as the Pertium Brucejack properties lie immediately south of American Creek's Treaty Creek claims. So far in that area, over 130 million ounces of gold, 800 million ounces of silver, and 20 billion pounds of copper, representing one of the greatest concentrations of metal in the value on the planet, have been delineated within the geological system shared by KSM, Brucejack, and Treaty Creek. The company today announced two joint ventures with Tudor Gold Corp. So here to tell us more is Darren. Darren, welcome to the show.
Hey, thanks, George. Appreciate it. Glad to be here. Exciting times for American Creek right now.
Well, you put out some pretty significant news today, so let's get right down at the meat of it. You sold 60% of your Electrum property and 31% of Treaty Creek. These are significant deals. What did the company accomplish by doing these two deals today?
You're right, George. They are significant deals. Really, what we accomplished is we landed two major deals with a major player. We're back to being an exploration company again. Treaty Creek's now going to move forward. We're going to have an opportunity to follow up on the discovery hole from 2009, which we haven't followed up on to this point. So we're thrilled about that. We've got a 20% carried interest in Treaty Creek, which means we don't have to spend a dime until it goes into production. There's a production notice given. Now we've got some cash and shares. So yeah, overall, we're thrilled and looking forward to the future.
Now you've done this deal with Tudor Gold that right now isn't technically traded on the TSX Venture Exchange, but right. So it's a brand new entity, and behind Tudor Gold is Walter Storm. So tell us about these partners and why they're that significant.
Sure, I'll start out telling you about Walter Storm. Walter's got an amazing track record. His biggest accomplishment is the Osisko story in Quebec. He was one of the main financiers, and some of his associates and so forth were instrumental in moving Osisko forward. It's a very interesting story. They picked up the property in a bankruptcy sale or bankruptcy auction for peanuts and ended up selling the project in 2014 for 3.9 billion with a B. It's a Canadian Malartic mine in Quebec, and instrumental in that, like I say, got a great track record, very well funded and associated with some major funds out of Germany and so forth. So anyway, a major player. Tudor Gold is his latest venture. They took over a CPC. Walter's the CEO. It's a new public company that'll be trading tomorrow, I believe. So right fresh out of the gate. And really, they recognized an opportunity in the Golden Triangle area that you've already talked about. American Creek having two projects in that area, they're trying to position themselves there, and as a result, we're able to land these deals with them.
In this business, location is everything. You just touched on that, so I want to expand on that. In my preamble, I talked about the Golden Triangle. What I want to ask you first is, how significant is the Golden Triangle? So we all get a real good sense of this. And second, as a result of that, how prospective are Treaty Creek and Electrum? So first, let's start with the Golden Triangle and how big it really is.
Sure. Golden Triangle is heating up. We're starting to see some movement in the gold market in general, but the Golden Triangle is just on fire right now. Mainly, I think the main catalyst for that is Pertium Resources and Seabridge Gold continue to delineate their projects, which you've already touched on. Staggering amounts of gold and silver, and as the drill keeps turning, those numbers just keep getting bigger. Treaty Creek lies immediately to the north of Seabridge's KSM deposit that they're developing, and the Electrum is further south. So the Golden Triangle is an area where we're seeing some acquisitions. We're seeing really a land grab, if you will. There's companies positioning to try and get a piece of that. There isn't much land available in the Golden Triangle. So we've seen Seabridge acquire Snip Gold. In the last 30 days here, we're seeing Mill Rock Resources do some major acquisitions. and many others. And so, yeah, it's on fire, and we have 2 projects in the middle of that, and that caught Walter's attention.
Well, safe to say that getting acquired wasn't the cards. You'd rather have these 2 JVs and give your shareholders significant potential upsides to what Walter and his team might be able to accomplish.
Exactly. You know, and part of the deal was we got some stock in Tudor Gold, so we have an opportunity for American Creek to ride the success of Tudor Gold in that way, as well as with them being, you know, JV partners in 2 of our projects, having the expertise, the credibility, the deep pockets, and everything that it takes to advance projects. You asked about Treaty Creek specifically. Let me give you a little bit of background in Treaty Creek. So it sits immediately north of Seabridge Gold, their KSM deposit that they're developing. We did exploration there in 2007 and 2009. We hit a discovery hole in 2009, which appeared to be very similar, if not the same, as the grays to the south of us on Seabridge's KSM, specifically the Mitchell part of the KSM.
Wow.
We've never had a chance to follow up on that because of litigation and some other things. So we're very much looking forward to being able to go back in there and show the market, hey, you know, this is part of the same geological system. Look, we have grades very similar to our partner, or to the projects to the south, and the project will finally get the attention that it deserves in the market. Tudor, as part of the deal, will be spending at least $1 million on Treaty Creek this summer, which is a significant program and should, you know, unlock that potential and again show the market that, hey, we really got something here. Pay attention. So we're looking forward to that. Obviously, it's been a long time in waiting since 2009 to get back on the ground there. As far as Electrum, we released some spectacular gold and silver and Electrum results in the fall, which caught their attention. Therefore, they wanted to be a part of that, so we formed a 60-40 JV with Tudor Gold being the operator and moving that project forward. And really what we want to do there is just go back in and delineate more of these ultra high-grade gold and silver veins that we discovered in the fall. There's more on the property, they just need to be proven up and so forth. So that, in a nutshell, is what's happening on 2 of those projects.
Amazing. Before I go on to my next question, there almost appears to be some serendipity here for you as well, because you know, 2009 you had these great initial results, but you couldn't do anything because of litigation, certain things, and now you're able to start moving things forward. But think about that, 2009 is when things started to the markets really started having problems around the world. And this year, at least on the resource exploration side, things started to really pick up again. So that 7-year hiatus actually probably didn't hurt you all that much, and maybe you're the contrary, maybe you're the indicator of things when they go bad in 2009. Now things have moved forward.
Sure. We're looking forward to putting the past behind us, moving forward. You know, in a new market, like I say, a major deal with a major partner, and 2 of our projects advancing. So yeah, we're thrilled and excited for the future.
You're receiving some significant cash and shares from Tudor. So what are you going to do with Walter and his team at Tudor really taking charge of Electrum and Treaty Creek? What are your plans with those additional resources? Is there anything on the horizon to deploy those resources?
Sure. Like I mentioned before, the stock component of the 2 deals gives us a chance to ride the success of Tudor going forward, wherever that may end up. The shareholders can benefit from that. The cash component, we've actually got our eye on a couple other projects that we may acquire. We may add to the American Creek portfolio. In our last couple news releases, we referred to the fact that we are looking at doing some more acquisitions. As Tudor will be the operator on both Treaty Creek and on Electrum, it allows us to focus our energy, time, and resources on some other projects. So we are looking at some other acquisitions. No promises, but that's something we're looking at.
So to end it off, we talked about the significant events that you announced. You also settled some litigation. So in combination, the litigation being settled and these 2 joint ventures being announced, what does this mean for American Creek going forward?
I guess the main thing it means is we're an exploration company again. You know, we've had to focus on litigation and paying lawyers and so forth. We can finally focus on exploration and putting the money in the ground, you know, drilling and so forth, and building value for American Creek and its shareholders. You know, we're thrilled to have, again, a partner like Walter. There'll be many spin-offs from that, I'm imagining, as well. We can tap into that expertise, their network of financiers, you know, and so forth. So where this will all lead, I'm not sure, but it bodes very well for the future of American Creek and the shareholders, and we're excited, to say the least.
Well, I'll end it off with this. I got to tell you from personal experience that you don't expect anything less from a CEO of any company to say that they've got great projects and great prospects going
Sure.
forward. So I always say, you know, where's the third party validation? Who else believes that your baby is the most beautiful baby in the world? And clearly, when you've got the likes of Walter Storm through Tudor here, giving you some pretty significant joint venture terms of both of these projects, this is someone who knows what they're doing, and they've selected you as a dance partner. So personally, I'm excited. I think everyone at home has got to be excited about what's to come in the next 12 months and beyond.
Right. Yeah, I think it really validates the significance of both those projects. You know, Walter, again, has a track record of success. He identified those projects of being significant potential mines, and he's going for it. So we're very fortunate to be able to have a partnership with him. And again, we look forward immensely to what this is all going to mean for American Creek and the shareholders. The future looks bright.
Congratulations, Darren, to you, your entire team. Everybody who survived these last 5 or 6 years of difficult times are going to come out as winners. That's the way it works. So the strong survive. Not only did you survive, but you've announced 2 fantastic joint ventures with Walter Storm and Tudor Gold. So congratulations to you on behalf of everyone watching at home, and we look forward to having you next time, because there's no doubt that if they're spending $1 million just on Treaty Creek this summer, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of news flow, and we're going to have you back on here talking about all those great things. Right.
Thanks very much, George. Really appreciate it, and appreciate your support, and appreciate this opportunity to get the word out to people of what's happening here.
Well, Darren, whenever you put out news like this, we have to, right? This is what the industry wants. We need to show some real great winners, and you've done some great work. So it's our pleasure to get out to everybody.
Thanks very much, George. Appreciate it.
You've been watching Darren Blaney, the CEO and Director of American Creek Resources. The company trades on the TSX Venture Exchange under the stock symbol AMK. If you want more information about the company, make sure you get to their website. Fantastic information. I got to tell you, it's one of the best websites I've seen from companies in terms of information layout. So it's really easy to get to. And as always, get to Agoracom if you want to watch future interviews and other kinds of collateral that we're going to have with American Creek. Until then, have a fantastic day, everyone, and we'll talk to you soon.